Hello, Brooke with RO Relocation back for another episode of What to Expect on Your Move. And you might be wondering, why is she holding all that stuff? Well, today we're going to talk about things that cannot come on a household goods move. We're governed by the Department of Transportation, and there is a list of items that we are simply not allowed to put on the moving truck. So it's not always that we don't want to move them for you, it's that we simply can't. And quite frankly, some of this stuff is very hazardous. So let me just start with the list. Flammables, combustibles, cleaning solvents, living plants, weapons, ammunition, open liquor. That's a short list. The longer list includes things like this. You might not think about it, but this actually has a warning label on it that it's flammable. The dry shampoo, flammable. The Glade, flammable. Shout, full of chemicals. Mop and Glow, more chemicals. All of these things cannot come on the moving truck. And actually, if they're paired together under pressure, they could cause a fire on their own. Some of the more obvious things would be things like gasoline, and propane tanks. We cannot take those. And if you're shipping things like lawnmowers or weed eaters, make sure you empty the gas out of them. I have had people ask me, can we bring a cooler and put our frozen food in it? Absolutely not. We cannot take any perishable food items. The most we can take are the canned goods and possibly the unopened dry goods from your pantry. That's about the limit when it comes to food. Other things you might not think about are things that you generally would keep in a safe, like important documents, passports, weapons, ammunition. Please keep all of your documents and medications on your person. Please keep your jewelry or coin collections on your person. Those things simply should not come on the moving truck. Ammunition is another thing we simply just cannot take. Talk to your moving company about whether or not they're willing to transport any weapons that you may have. Generally speaking, if you have a safe, talk to your moving company about the contents of it and how they want to transport it or if they will. And lastly, plants. We can't bring plants in and out of states. Different states have different regulations, and you need to bring the plants into the state yourself after you research what's allowed and what's not allowed. And quite frankly, plants do very poorly on moving trucks, and they take up a lot of valuable space you could put so much more in. So try to think about another way to get your plants there. At the end of the day, we want a safe move. We don't want anything to feel like it's gone missing. And at the very least, we don't want this spilling all over the place inside of your boxes and ruining your things. So the common sense says just try to use this stuff up the best you can or give it away before you move, or you're welcome to put it in a box and put it in the trunk of your car and transport it yourself. But as for a moving company, we can't take your dry shampoo. I'm sorry. Hope this helps.